All right, welcome back. This is Youth Cafe. Now listen to this. 76% of those that vote, or rather bet, use their mobile phones and within sub-Saharan Africa. But if you're looking at Kenya specifically, that number is at 96% for all those people who use their mobile phones to bet. Now, let me introduce you to our amazing panel this evening. And right next to me is Waithaka Gatumia, who is the head leader within Centonomy, and he will help us understand why do people vote, bet rather. Is it, is it healthy? And all that. All right?
No problem.
All right,
no problem.
so welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Exactly. On my left, anaitwa Joshua Winston Ayeko, a betting enthusiast. Niambie, hii maneno uachi?
Hapana. Siwezi achilia.
Exactly. Na extreme left, nakwambia ni Andrew. He's a Shine. He's a presenter at Shine FM 103.1. It's a radio station. Na pia yeye ni student. Karibu sana.
Asante.
All right. So let's begin by diving straight into this, all right? And I want to know, straight in from you, Waithaka, is gambling healthy when it comes to someone who wants to pursue, a healthy profile within, their money status? Is gambling?
No.
Not even one bit?
No.
Like just kidogo?
No.
Why not?
No, because we've discussed this many times. We were with a group of about 300 young people, university students over the last weekend, and we're discussing wealth and wealth creation, isn't it? And the fact of the matter is this, that gambling is not one of those paths towards wealth creation, because sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. There's no pattern to it. There's no growth. There's no guarantee as far as what you're going to earn from it. So we cannot say gambling is a way to get towards wealth.
But listen, a statistic shows that 100 millionaires were created in Kenya through gambling. So if you're telling me that I cannot gamble because it's not healthy and have a chance to be a millionaire.
Yes. So 100 millionaires have been created. What I want to do, and here's the statistics of how many of those 100 millionaires will be there in the next 10 years. So it's maintaining that over that period of time. You'll find that you just look through the statistics, the number of people who actually lose money when they've made it through a lottery system, through gambling, is extremely high. Very few of them actually make it.
Simple sana. Is it a good financial plan? Unaweza ambia mtu hiyo ni njia poa ya plan yake.
I wish I could tell you it was. I wish I could tell you. The only people, let me tell you where to make money in gambling. Own the gambling company.
But now they're getting taxed about 50%.
That's the place. If you own, even at 50%, they're still going to be making more money than other people.
Hebu wacha Winston atuambie. Winston, tuambie hii maneno. Wewe unapataga pesa, si ndio?
Saa zingine napata, saa zingine zi.
So niambie, gambling ni kitu fiti ya kufanya?
What I can say is that gambling is not the right way forward, but at some time we as youths, we need to get some money for a day. So we have to bet so that you can get a little bit of money. But sometimes you find out that maybe you can win or maybe you can lose. So it's not a guarantee.
So kwa nini wewe ubet?
Mi ubet ili at least nipate pesa, unaona? Lakini si ati na bet kila siku, like I bet responsibly.
What's the highest? I want to hear before we go to what's the highest you've ever gotten?
The highest I ever got was 250,000.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
In a bet?
Yeah.
Waithaka, I don't know about you, but 250,000?
250,000, quarter a million.
Okay, fine. Talk to us. Joshua.
Gambling it's an extra way, it's a way of making extra money for we youth.
And it's an easier way to make money.
Way. You just analyze in the morning, stake all you got, 100 bob.
But unajua kitu moja, inakuanga risk moja kubwa. Don't you think it's a risk? And don't you think with time itaanza kuwa kitu addictive?
I know.
It's addictive.
Okay, I asked him the most he's ever made.
It's addictive.
It's addictive.
It's a dangerous thing.
He
it's
knows.
A risk.
He knows.
So unajua kile unafanya?
It's addictive.
I want to know the most amount you've lost. He said 250 was the most amount he made. How much did you lose?
Most amount in one bet, 750.
Wait.
Only.
750,000?
Only. 750 shillings.
Oh my goodness. I was about to walk out of this set. Okay, but where do you guys get money to bet? I mean, I look at my wallet and I just can't even afford to bet.
No,
so where do you guys get money to bet?
It's like you put 100 bob, you just place it, you try your luck.
Okay.
It might be the only money you have.
You?
What I can say about the youth is that we youths can go an extra mile to afford that 100 shillings just to bet, so that we can get the cash. Because sometimes you find out that you have toiled the whole day without getting any money from anywhere. So your only hope is that let me place 100 bob so that I can place 5 or 6 things, I get the money.
that's what concerns me deeply. You know why it concerns me?
Why?
It's because I honestly believe that there's no difference between the minds of these two wonderful, amazing young gentlemen here and those in Silicon Valley in the US.
Okay.
Where they're coming up with world-changing ideas. If you could spend that half hour that you are doing analyzing the sports that are coming up during the day, if you could spend that half hour thinking about the next business idea that you could create that could change this world, it means not just 750 by chance. It means that you will you'll sell your company for 750 million to some person in China outside there. There is no difference between your beautiful minds and the minds of those people in Silicon Valley across in the United
Amen.
States.
But listen, Andrew.
So that's what troubles me.
But you see, the thing is, and you see, I love the fact that these two gentlemen have admitted it, yeah?
Yes.
But the time you're making a company that is going to be bought by a Chinese for millions and billions,
Yeah.
that's going to take like 10 years, 20 years. That's super long.
Yeah.
But what if I can make money from betting and, I'm accumulating every day, even though it's in small bits? I can see it. In 365 days, it could be a millionaire.
Exactly. And in Kenya, people buy your IP. Wananunua kila kitu. Wanakupatia 1 million, unabaki na hiyo 1 million.
Which is fine.
Na bado wakukate tax. Na bado,
Let me tell you why that's okay. Because the one thing that they can never take away from you is the ideas that are in your mind. So no matter what, you see, if you take my idea, no problem. I'll come back with another one the next day. But the thing about it is, I told you, wealth creation, and I think I mentioned to you this earlier, wealth creation is like weight loss. It just means discipline over time. It's really simple. It's very simple.
Do you guys agree with that?
Joshua unasemaje? Joshua, mimi nataka kusikia kutoka kwa Josh. Wewe unajua una betting. Hebu niambie, huyu mwanaume anasema nini?
Kusema kweli pia naweza kubaliana naye kwa sababu betting is addictive.
Tulio si swing, nataka uniambie hii point kama inaingia ngapi venye inaingia.
Sasa
Kiswing ni kama aoni kama uko serious.
Kitu naweza sema ni kuwa this betting is addictive. Like before I realized it was taking me miles away from getting my right direction. Last year I was betting like I couldn't afford to miss betting in a day. I couldn't afford. It was like I must bet. I must bet.
So it's addictive.
Yeah, it's so addictive. And it reached a point that I decided now I have to stop.
Andrew umeshakubali hii story ati
But it's addictive,
ni addictive, si ndio? Ina affect aje relationship yako labda na girlfriend ama mzazi kana anajua kama una gamble ama kitu kama hiyo?
Haina any effect. Una better.
Kama unabambika ukishinda ni nyinyi pamoja, ukianguka ni wewe peke yako.
Bas ndio hiyo.
But do your parents know that you gamble? How, if they found out, how do they take it?
Well, now they found out.
Now they found out. Yeah, now they found out. But did they know before?
No.
So they're finding out today.
Apart from my dad, knows.
Oh, so your dad knows.
Yeah.
What did he think?
The first time he knew was when he asked me to help him register for SportPesa.
Kwisha.
Uh-huh.
So it's something
Look
that
at
runs in the family. Waidhaka. Hii maneno iko kwa familia bwana. Baba ana bet, mama ana bet.
And you can imagine what that does to families. Because the thing about betting, yes, one day you'll make that money. And when you're in trouble now, you'll say, okay, this one last bet, in order to get that last amount. So let's sell the TV. Let's sell, you get what I mean? Because we want to get out of this huge hole. And if it has been the tabia that you have gotten over a period of time, you go towards it.
Not hiyo environment na kusupport. Unaona mzazi pia ana bet, mama ana bet.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm trying to say, what is it? Because these guys are brilliant. They're the ones who can even be able to tell you 4 games in a row what's going to happen, yes? Because they've studied. They've taken the time. Study a computer programming book.
Go ahead.
Why do you bet? Kwa nini unaamka tu asubuhi unasema mazejo mimi na bet?
Inakuhit tu. Unaamka unapitia paper hivi unaona SportPesa hapo ameweka games odds look.
Half trade.
Yeah.
Unasikia tu mimi huyu.
Yeah, una watch game ukifuatilia.
I'm curious to ask, and I'm happy Waithaka is here, because things are about to get thick. From the money that you've made through betting, have you invested it in any way?
For me, we started a group known as Most Dope Arts. It's based in Umoja 3.
Okay.
We are trying to nurture youths into, at least when they got their free time, they can go act, sing, perform, dance, yeah.
So hapo ndio pesa yako ya betting inaenda.
Hapo ndio tulimwaga.
So si watu wa SportPesa ati the owners ndio wanapata hii pesa peke yao.
Hapana.
Hebu niambie pesa yako umeinvest.
Sija win to 50k. So yangu kidogo natumianga tu kidogo.
If I may, Zinzi,
Yes.
that's one of the biggest myths about investments, is that everyone is thinking, I have to get a lump sum of like 10K in order to invest. And that's the hugest mistake that you can be able to make. 100 bob per day, 100 bob per day. Let me give you this example. 150 bob per day if you were to invest at 10%, and 10% is easy to get. Over 10 years, you have 1 million shillings. By the time you're going to your second job, you'll have a deposit for your house. Now you tell me, that 100 bob that he's kumang to get every single day, what if he actually invested it?
Hebu sema hiyo tena, 100 bob?
100 bob, 150 shillings.
150?
At 10% for 10 years, 1 million shillings.
Okay,
Where
all
have
right.
you've been looking for
Lakini sport pesa, 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
5 shillings. 1 million.
How many? How many people are actually getting that 1 million shillings? How many people?
Lakini wewe huoni hiyo temptation.
How many people?
Niambie tu huoni hiyo temptation.
The chances of winning SportPesa is like being struck by lightning twice.
Young
How many
and rich.
people have done that?
Young and rich.
Young and rich, I like
Young
that.
and rich, man.
Young and rich are the guys who worked hard. Young
All right.
and rich are the guys who worked hard.
Listen, gentlemen, we went on the streets, or rather, Brian Asili went on the streets, and he asked Kenyans, what do they think about gambling? So before we come back and read from our online community, let's go to the streets. Take a look.
Mi nisha gamble, mi ni msee yani wa kugamble. So mi na prefer tu kugamble. Kwangu to me gambling I think ni kitu poa. Yeah, exactly. Hadi jana pia nimeangukia kitu.
Mi sijai gamble, sijui gambling ni nini. Nasikia tu lakini sijai gamble.
Mimi naitwa Moha, story ya betting iko poa, but pia kuna vile ina confuse mtu. Inafanya mtu asifanye job, yani unafikiria tu kubet, unaona? But iko poa kama mimi jana nimekula miti 6. Na pia hiyo ni pepeta mtu.
Lakini hiyo filaje kushinda ama kushindwa?
Kushindwa mtu feel ukishindwa tu umeshindwa, lakini unajua mimi si betting na do mob. Kuna wale wanaekelea do mob.
Na nikuulize, ni kitu addictive, ni kitu yenye una feel mazejo lazima nifanye stuff.
Manze ni addictive. Kama mimi imeniingia hadi kwa mishipa.
Kubet tu ni ile moja ile. Ile bado mimi hajaniingia. Huyo ndio bado mwalimu wangu. Na bado ananichocha niingie kidogo. Lakini juu alikula jana, nafikiria sana mimi nitaekela mega jackpot.
Enyewe gamble ni ya kukula tu watu pesa ya watu. Because kama ukiangalia kama mimi nilijaribu kugamble bwana, niliweka kitu kangi ritano na nikakosa. So unaona kaa kitu kaa hii, afadhali hiyo pesa uchukue uende ufanye kitu kingine.
Siwezi gamble sababu afadhali sasa hiyo pesa na gamble watoto waende shule na nilipe school fees. Nikigamble haitakuwa mzuri. Wewe hao watu ni ngumu kuadvise. Ukishaingia hivyo ni addictive, wanasemaga hivyo.
Si addict but nishafungua mpaka account. Na mimi nasema wale watu wako betting, wale watu wana bet ni wagonjwa na wako hospitali ya betting. So wanastahili kulipiwa watoke huko. So ile kitu mimi naweza sema vijana wakiingia huko mawaifu wataepa, sababu kutakuwa na majukumu.
Ukibet, una bet na do yako. Na wewe ni fan maybe wa timu nyingine, unaona? Saka mimi ni mtu wa Chelsea, lazima ni bet ya Chelsea kicheza.
Okay, so the streets have spoken, as Asili would always say. And online, there's one specific response I've seen, that youth need hope and gambling is that hope. Joining us right now is another amazing panelist rather. She's called Rachel. Rachel, karibu sana. This is Youth Cafe. We still, appreciate that you've showed up. Now, there's something special about Rachel. Rachel, how much have you won through, sports betting?
10 million.
Hey!
Hey, Jesus Christ, oh! You're my new best friend. Waidaka. Hii ni investment ama si investment?
Wacha tusikie
Tell
vile
me,
amefanya nazo.
Rachel, umeinvest hiyo pesa?
Nimeinvest hiyo pesa. Nimenunua nayo nyumba. Nimenunua plots. Nimejenga. Nimetenga kiasi cha watoto wangu waende shule 500,000. Na katika familia yangu tulizaliwa watu 6. Kila mtu nikampa 100 yake. 100,000.
Hey. I am your brother. Nilikuwa nimepotea huku Nairobi nikitafuta kazi. Unemployment.
Okay, all right. So, Wedake, just adding on top of that, like I told you, one of the comments that we're getting online is that youth need hope, and gambling seems to be that hope, financially speaking.
Well, this is a very unique story. Hers is a very unique story. You've heard all the other everyone else who has been talking here has been gambling. You're not hearing the same story of 10 million. You see, everyone is still waiting for that 10 million, and the likelihood, as I said, is extremely low. Find your hope in the gifts and talents that are within you. Find the hope in the skills that you have in order to create that wealth. Now that she's got this wealth and she has been wise in order to invest it quickly.
Lakini
before it
haba
gets
na haba. Tuseme nashinda 150 shillings.
You see, that's the thing. That's
For 10
the
years.
lie.
Wahenga walisema.
It is not haba na haba.
Hujaza kibaba.
It is not haba na haba.
Kibaba hiki hapa 10 million. 150
Ni pata
shillings.
potea ndio hiyo.
All right,
That's
all right.
what it is.
Let me ask the one question that I think all of us will benefit from a lot. Waithaka, and I want you to help us understand this. What is it about gambling that you end up winning, large amounts of money, and then, weeks later, a month later, you go back extremely broke? Is it because we don't understand money? Is it our attitude towards money?
Yeah, that's what it is, because the thing about it is over time, discipline over time is how you create true wealth. And the problem is, you see, when you win millions and millions like this, if you do not have the discipline to hold on to it, you'll say, that was 10 million. If I only take 1 million and go back to SportPesa, maybe I can win that jackpot of 150, isn't it? And not just SportPesa, all the other betting companies that are betting, all these other things. The thing is, if you keep doing that, looking for it, and you miss it with that 1 million, then you say, okay, the chances are higher if I put 2, isn't it? The chances are high if I put 2 million. Good. Then you miss. The chances are high if I put in 3 million. And this is the whole process that people find themselves in over and over again.
Mimi nataka tu kujua.
Yes.
Ni watu mshai bet, si ndio? Kuna siku ushaiomba do alafu kaenda ukabet. Ushawahi? Lakini kuna story huku nje nilikutana na gambler mmoja alikataa kuja show sijui kwa nini.
Alikata kuja show. And you invited him to our show.
Imagine.
And he refused.
Sikia. Huyo msee ameshinda akiomba pesa kwa watu ndio bet. Hivyo, nisaidie 10 million. Wewe unajua nisaidie 5 million. Anaenda na bet. Alafu akashindwa hizo pesa zote. Do you think you can get into money problems kama ujui hii biashara vile inafanya?
Lazima betting, vile nilisema betting ni addictive. Na umejipata place unaanza kuomba do ili ubet, then finally utajifind kwa problems.
Unasikia hizi kampuni mazejo rewards ni mingi, hata hizo unasikia mtu una bet na 5 bob, unaweza pata 150, ukipata 150 bado unaweza kupata 15k. Wewe niambie, do you think inaweza lead to money problems?
Yeah, inaweza. Kuna time unaweka multi bet ya 5 games, 4 zina go through, moja ina miss, unaamua ido kidogo imebaki, acha ni try kwa game next.
Lakini kuna kampani zingine hata hizo discount na mabonus wanakuambia hata ukilose 7 na unafaa win ulikuwa umeweka kama multiple bets, ukishinda 2 bado wanakupatia 50% of hizo 2 zenye umeshinda. Hauoni kama ni kitu inafanya wase wanasota bado?
I think
bado ina contribute.
Yeah, so it's sort of like a talent, a skill, or what is it? Rachel, 10 million? How many times did you have to bet until you got that 10 million?
185.
195 times. Betting before you got to 100 million.
Yaani kumaanisha unasubira.
And you never gave up?
I never give up.
Na ulikuwa unashinda kwa hizi 195 ulikuwa?
No.
Na ulikuwa unaomba?
Sikuwa nashinda.
Au kusema hata in terms nini shankrabai kurikuti. Hakuna.
Ni kumtegemea tu Mungu, kwa sababu lolote nalofanya ni lazima ujue kunaye Mungu.
Na hili nataka kufanya kanisani, sijasikia milioni unaenda kanisani.
Of course. 800,000.
Na bado una bet till today?
Yes.
You still bet?
Yeah.
Have you, after the 10 million that you won, what's the second highest that you've gotten?
I've never got any money so far, but I know I will get something.
Waithaka, kwani unacheka tafadhali?
This youth.
I challenge you to go online, use that 10 bob for tomorrow to go and study how many people have lost fortunes out of this same thing. Fortunes. We're talking about 10 million. We've seen people winning hundreds of millions of dollars. And it is because there's that addiction of having to go back. It is very easy. I'm begging with you, please stop betting. Now that you have the 10 million, invest it, let that money actually start making money for you, rather than looking to put money in somebody else's pocket for growth.
But to be honest, Waithaka, and I think the same question that majority of us young people ask, is now that we have gambling and sports pesa and picking up so fast in Africa. I mean, Kenya is #1 in sub-Saharan Africa. Youth unemployment is a challenge. Anyone who wants to upgrade from whatever financial class they are looking for something better want it today, right now. And like you said, I know you don't have to invest like with 10,000 Kenyan shillings, but where does one start? Where do we begin to make money without having to ask for our parents' money? And
Everyone starts small. You see, that's the thing, that we always think that you have to start big. And it's because of this image that they put out there. There's a reason that these companies are putting out a lot of advertising. So, hey, in fact, that check has to be so big, 3 people have to hold it so that you think the money is that big. No, that's what I'm saying. It is not. Because there are so few people who have actually made money like that. So the point is this, start off small. Don't be in a hurry. As you said, just go slowly by slowly, you shall get to the point that you want to really achieve. If you look at one of the industries that has really changed the face of Kenya, is the music industry. The guys used to say, at you're a musician, you can never make it. And now how many multimillionaires do we have on the road right now, driving their Range Rovers because of the talents that they have? They stuck with it and now are living from the fruits of it. And they have not put that money anywhere else to hope that it came.
Lakini ukitaka kujua hii pesa ni tamu sana.
Niambie.
Serikali, there's a guy called Medo, ama sijui ni MP fulani hivi, alikuwa na introduce bill ya kutax hiyo pesa. Mimi nakuuliza, ulitaxiwa? So serikali haikuonja hii pesa.
It's the industry that's being taxed now. So the betting company, actually, they are hoping that in this next budget that they'll be taxed 50% of for betting on that other side. But as a winners, you won't be taxed.
But you know what, I understand, because, I mean, if you look at the industry, Kenya alone, in the next 3 years, the betting industry will make about 5.1 billion Kenyan shillings. So I understand. Okay, gentlemen, I have to ask, yeah? Like you've had, Wedaka is encouraging us to go outside there, use our talents, use our knowledge to make money. You know, it can be it's that thing that is going to make you a millionaire, billionaire. Do you think him is just being old school, or our talents will get us there?
The same unaweza stick na biashara uanze zero usonge. The same unaweza stick bado na betting. Rachel alistick from day 185 times akawin 10 million. So it's the same way. Mwishowe kutakuwa na mwangaza.
All right.
Okay, I do agree with them. We can use our talents to get that wealth, but at the same time, we bet as a side hustle.
As a side hustle?
Yeah.
Is it okay as a side hustle?
I don't think so, because you see, where is that? What you're doing is you're working very hard and actually earning from your sweat, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then taking it this other and hoping that one day it might come back to you. So you're actually doing a zero-sum game. Rather than building and making your money grow for you and grow on your behalf, you're actually throwing it away. That's what betting actually is.
Wacha nisome feedback kutoka kwa watu hapa hivi. Dennis Butegi says, due to high rates of unemployment, the only alternative way to earn money is by gambling. Another one, Rono K. Clinton says, gambling is very dangerous because youths get addicted. You find them wasting money, e.g. school fees or rent. And she says that is irresponsible. So endelea kutweet at Brian_Seli, at KTN News, at Zinzi_K. Hii conversation imeendelea kuwa moto. Na kama ushai bet, tuambie kama ushaipata hii pesa. Umesikia 195, hebu niambie ulitaksiwa? Hiyo swali roja bado inaniuma. Yaani hukutaksiwa?
Sikutaksiwa.
Hata kabob. Ni type tu ulipeleka. Hey.
Gentlemen, amongst your social circles, do your other friends bet? What do they think about betting? I mean, when you guys come together and you're betting on the next football match, how does that go?
They do bet a lot, and we even have WhatsApp groups to analyze matches and send, hey,
really? You guys have WhatsApp groups? Do you do the same? You're laughing. I can see you. Do you guys do the same thing?
My friends do bet a lot.
More than you?
A lot. Huh?
More than you?
Yeah, more than me. Because me, it reached a point that I had to put some kind of break because it was taking me very fast. I couldn't take it, so. But my friends do bet.
Rachel,
No.
I mean, betting is something that is popular among the male demographic, you know? Because when I'm betting juu ya football, is it because you like football? Ama nizo chances from 195 ulisema? I don't know. You're a woman and, you know, women, football, I'll be honest with you. I'm not a big fan of football. So by the time I start analyzing which game is going to win, ay. So, mbona football, mbona betting?
Mbona betting?
Ni lazima uwe na ile motisha kwanza.
Okay.
Alafu kuna kitu ingine ni lazima uwe shabiki. Ushabikie mahali fulani pale. So, kitambo ukuja kubet, ni wewe unajua ni nini unafanya hapo. Sio kusimama unaona mwenzangu ana bet na wewe una bet. Lazima ujue vile ninafanya timu fulani nina hakika kuwa itafanya hivi. Na fulani ni mkali wao. Hapo unajua hii pesa yangu nikirusha pale obvious hapo utaangukia. Sio unasikia watu wana bet na wewe unaenda una bet. So ni kama ambaye unarusha. Kama wewe si shabiki sidhani kama unaweza toboa.
Sasa kama mtu ana watch, what advice or what would you tell them?
Ni lazima, kama nilivyosema, kuwa ni lazima uwe shabiki, ni lazima uvutiwe na timu fulani. Kama umevutiwa na timu fulani, kuna mambo fulani yenye atakuvutia ndani. Uone hii timu ni mzuri, inacheza vizuri kuliko timu fulani. So unajua timu hii na hii ikishikana, hizi soka mbili, hii haiwezi shinda hii.
Hey. Okay.
Bravo, can I ask a question if you don't mind? How did you actually win the 10 million? Was it on one bet or was it on multiple bets? How did it work? How did you actually win the 10 million?
Mimi kwa kweli ni kwamba mimi katika hiyo 10 million mimi nilishinda kwa loto. Lakini katika hizi nani football pia bado nina bet.
Wedaka.
Na there is a time I got 5,000.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Your final remarks.
So that's what I was watching, and I was saying she won this in a lottery, which is just simply luck. You can make maybe 5,000, and she was saying she was betting over 100 times in order for this to happen. And many people have done the same 1,000 times have not happened. My encouragement to you youth outside there, wherever you are, let me speak to you. Use your talents and your gifts to grow your wealth. Use your talents and your gifts to grow your wealth and what you have worked with so that you can be able to succeed in this world. Betting is not the way to go.
Andrew and Joshua, 30 seconds, your final remarks.
Oh, well, I like to say that even if we youths do bet, I can't buy anyone from betting, but let us bet responsibly.
All right.
We are so much into the negativity of betting, but I think we should also look at the positivity you get from betting. We get cash.
Okay.
Mwanaume, hiyo pesa.
Okay.
But what hii quote imenivutia sana. Nyawira Gashugi says making money is not about the perception, put in the work.
Okay.
Amen.
Okay. Aseli, what do you have for us this week on
Hii
Arts Corner?
wiki nakwambia nimekutana na one of the best spoken word artists, very young, all the way from Botswana, dental student. She's Kenyan but she grew up in Botswana. Hebu tuangalie huyu dem tusikie ni maoni gani yako nayo. This week nimekutana na dem moja anaitwa Ivy. She is a spoken word artist, grew up in Botswana but she is totally Kenyan. Karibu sana.
Asante.
Niambie, kwa nini ulidecide kufanya spoken word?
I was in Form 2 when I started writing, and I just felt like instead of just writing something, I need to, express it. So I just chose spoken word. Yeah.
You told me you've been writing for 8 years, and interesting. And I'd like to know some of the places you performed.
The first place I performed was a church. Yeah, and I was really comfortable there because, it felt like I was performing in front of family. The ultimate place for now would be Nyayo Stadium. I want to perform in the stadium in front of a massive crowd.
What inspires you?
Actually, rain does inspire me. So everything from like nature, rain, sunlight, God inspires me, my experiences, the people I interact with.
If this is true, I may have created multiple eternities where you will live forever.
A list of 3 people you look up to. Tell me, both locally and internationally.
Locally, Mufasa, Teardrops, and Rick's Poet.
What are some of the challenges you go through, either through when you're writing, ama wakati unatry to come up na new material?
The challenge for me is I have these periods where I just don't have inspiration. So I just don't write for months at a time. But when it comes, it really pours out. So I have lots to say. And another challenge is finding someone to vet your work. Because I could send my work to my friends and they would just say, okay, it's fine, it's cool, it's good. But then I need that constructive criticism to grow as an artist.
Tell me, who writes for the writers, the poets? As I pour myself onto this stage, what are you doing? Why do you live on by my words when they are mine?
What's that instinct that tells you that this is going to be a good show?
For me, I can tell it's going to be a good show if I'm nervous before the show. I've been told by many performers, if you're not nervous before a show, it means you're not giving it your all, you're not giving it that energy.
Would you consider spoken word a career? Would you do it full time? Does it have money? And yeah.
For me, that is actually the end goal. I'm not just writing as a hobby. It's my passion, and I want to make it my career at the end of the day. Yeah.
What's the perception of people about the art that you're doing, keeping in mind that you're also a lady?
Like I said, it's the baby of art. So most people don't know about spoken word. They think it's like just saying a speech or something. So they haven't really experienced it. So I think we just need to create more awareness as spoken word artists about it. Yeah. Does it pay? In the beginning, no, it doesn't. It doesn't. Unless you are well known, if you like compete often, if you go to open mics, you make your own record. It's not really about the money. You need to put yourself out there. So take risks, go for competitions, go for slam, go for open mics. Otherwise, no one will know you and there's no chance for you to succeed. When did it become the norm? To expect silence, to expect malice like a welcome guest, to laugh with glee when she arrives, give her a seat at the table and a cup of tea. I don't know when it happened, but that was the day our hearts changed. The day smiles became pretty china you only offer to visitors. More accessible to strangers, if at all than neighbors, as we sit at that table, sipping bitter tea. That day, the laughter in our lungs flew away like scared sparrows.
Well, you've heard it from the spoken word artist, and that's all from Art Corner.
Oh my goodness, and just like that, another show has come to an end. That was Art Corner. It was so beautiful. Art spoken word. Oh my goodness. I know.
And she grew up in Botswana. She only speaks one language. She's like a white person.
Really?
Is that racist?
Yes. Yes, Azeli. Because there are white people who also speak other languages.
On adverts about black people in wiki.
I know that that's adverts have been something, but calm down.
And of course, I'm looking good because, this is walking in style with
courtesy of City Walk.
City Walk. Nakwambia nakapoa.
All right, okay, so let's read some of the feedback. On our online platform, we had asked you, do you think the youth are getting addicted when it comes to gambling and why? Well, 63% of them said it's quick, easy money, and another 30% said it's fun. So very quick also, we also asked you guys, our online community, do you gamble and why? So 31% said yes, and 9% said I'm too broke.
Exactly. Watch and Somei. Robin Bitok says, duh, it's the only easy hustle we see. And it's a lazy hustle because I don't need to get out of bed.
Okay. So
and then the last one.
Look for it, come on.
Says, pressure from peers brings this addiction. Since our others easily swayed to gamble, believing,
grammar is a problem in 140 characters.
Grammar inakuwaga gumu.
All right, okay. So Andrew, thank you so much for coming. Rachel, Asante, gentlemen, Joshua and Andrew, thank you so much for coming for Youth Cafe. I hope we can continue this conversation online. And thank you for everyone who has tuned in here on KTN News. You've been watching Youth Cafe. Of course, we have to say goodbye. But next week, Friday, we'll be doing this all over again, 8 to 9 p.m. And stay with us because up next is Friday Briefing on KTN News. All right, good night, everyone.